Hey everybody, welcome back to Thursday the 14th. This is our third day looking at inequality in South Africa, specifically apartheid. So today you have two things to do, two tasks on your agenda. Read about Nelson Mandela, and then use your eyeballs to deconstruct political cartoons and secondary and primary sources, all right? So you're going to look at images, and you're going to analyze them. And then you're going to answer the summary. Might seem like a lot. It's not. So I'm going to walk you through it. Recap. Where is South Africa? South Africa is on the continent of Africa, specifically the south part. So if you look at this part, the red is South Africa is labeled. And those little parts that are in South Africa that are not fully red or what color is this? Like orange, brown. They are Bantustans that are declared independent, which is the inequality comes in. Okay. So these are specifically areas where the black majority would live in, and they became their own sovereign nation. They were given this sovereignty, this freeness or freedom to make the people believe that they're on par, okay, with the minority, the white minority. So Lesotho and I believe it's Swaziland in this area of South Africa that are sovereign, which is why it's not part of South Africa specifically. All right, it's not fully colored in the map. So that's South Africa. We started from 1948. We looked at 1948 the first day, and we looked at how the white minority, small group of white people, the Dutch and the British, came to South Africa and exerted control. They didn't allow them to marry, no interracial marriage. They couldn't own property. There were like high levels of unemployment. Basically, the freedoms were non-existent. Many of you guys chose your enduring issue of human rights violations. I agree. It could also be inequality, okay, and desire for power. So here we have an individual named Nelson Mandela. I want you to read on your document about him and then answer those two questions. How did unfair distribution of power, all right? Remember, the blacks and whites are not the same in this era. The whites have more power than the blacks in South Africa. How did this unfairness contribute to Nelson Mandela deciding, you know what, there needs to be change, all right? And then the second question, why did Mandela become the most widely known figure in the struggle against apartheid? Why is it that when we think of apartheid, we think of Mandela, or when we think of South Africa, we think of Nelson Mandela? Okay? And then once you're done with that, you're going to move on to task 2, where you're going to analyze a set of images, A to C. You have 3 questions on the side of the pictures. I want you to look at them and then answer the questions to the best of your ability on the worksheet here, or you could do it directly in the slide, okay? Once you're done with that, I want you to answer the summary. You're going to choose one of the questions on the last slide, which is this. You have 2 questions. How did the unfair distribution of power bring about change in South Africa? What is it about this inequality that made people desire power and change? And to what extent did desire for power bring about negative or positive changes? What happened after? If you look at these pictures, this is after apartheid. What's positive? Maybe there's something negative. All right, you guys decide. And what are they? May seem like a lot. You have basically like 6 or 7 questions. Not much. Remember, if you have any questions, please reach out and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. See you all on Friday for your enrichment lesson. If not, Tuesday.